This is Whiskey Dix, and you're listening to the DU Football Show. Football!
It's always enjoyable.
I was going to do the Jay Fulhamish one, but we haven't clipped and fixed it, and it would double say it again. And I felt that would have been really fitting because what they did for us was about as Fulhamish as it fucking gets.
As it can be.
Certainly the case. And then VAR going to VAR, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was fun.
Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and the man without a perch, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing there, buddy?
Doing very well, thank you. It said temporarily closed, so I wonder if they're like just remodeling or something.
Who knows?
Don't know. Strange.
No, change of ownership.
Could be something.
It's Baltimore bars. That shit changes
all the time.
Especially Fed Hill, where rent is exorbitant. There's only a handful of people that are like fucking established.
Locked in. The other thing, did you hear about the 8x10? Are you familiar with this place?
Yep.
They're closing. Yep. Well, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, if they can't find a person to sell it to.
I went and saw the aforementioned Whiskey and the Kidney Stones play there one time.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a Whistle Pig event and was exceptionally drunk.
Nice.
We drank a lot.
I have a question. Did Whiskey Dix get paid directly from Brand for doing that?
Oh, no, I just picked up bar tabs is how that worked.
Okay, so you played it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's still
because that's a potential conflict of interest.
No. Tickets. They have to do the ticket sales their own thing. No, I just bought a bunch of alcohol that night. And
I got you.
Poured shots down people's mouth. You know what you as a salesman think is the only thing that Brand is good for.
It pretty much is. To be honest, all y'all do is getting away.
We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, how do you get in touch?
Very easy, actually. It's at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Very good. And thank you to everybody pumping up the Tiki-Takis is getting a little more vibe again. And, of course, make sure you're joining the closed group. How do people join the closed group?
It's Drunkard United FC on Facebook. That's DRU, NKARD, Drunkard, like old school drunk guy.
Uh-huh.
Drunkard United FC on Facebook.
Spelling is fun.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So is the red-blooded Americans we are. We've had to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. The list goes on, Mr. Graham, and we are on to, I believe, number 15 tonight.
I think that's right. I got to check. And I also got to check for the Ichiro, which I forgot to do the other day. I thought we were going to have a little bit more back and forth there. I wasn't prepared.
Well, you were too busy.
Here we go.
Chewing on your nicotine patches.
Well, that's the other thing. I just got a big hit of nicotine is what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah. So
awesome.
So there wasn't so much chatty.
No, 15 was the Yellowstone. That was last week.
Okay, so 14.
We are number 14. This is the Middle West Cask Strength Batch 1. Comes in, big boy. Holy. 62.55% by volume. If you're keeping track at home, that would be 125.1 proof.
Wow.
It should run you about $70 bucks or so on the shelf, according to the Whisky Advocate. They rated it a 94, and this is a wheat.
It's a wheat whiskey.
It's a straight wheat.
Yeah,
Yep.
not a wheater with like a bourbon with wheat in it. This is just a wheat whiskey.
Yep. Bold and well-spiced, this Ohio wheat whiskey delivers scents of nutmeg, cinnamon powder, black pepper, creme brulee, and a lick of black coffee right out of the gate. The palate is hot, 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 and intensely flavorful as more burnt sugar is joined by toasted marshmallow, vanilla meringue, caramel apple, and numbing popcorn. Peppercorn, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't figure out what numbing popcorn was. Sweeter notes prevail on the finish as the subtle spice subsides, making way for vanilla, saltwater taffy. It's very specific. More marshmallow and caramel latte. A real treat. And that blurb came to you from Julia Higgins of the Whisky Advocate tasting panel.
You know, and the key thing to know, Mel, is that it's not lemon meringue, it's lemon meringue. Apparently, it's doing the dance.
It is
Go
doing
boom,
a dance.
chicka boom, boom, chicky boom, boom, boom.
That's right. Sorry, I was bad
Merengue.
I was bad bunnied out of it yesterday.
Yeah, well done.
I do quickly.
Marshmallow, by the way, marshmallow galore.
I'm not going to get into it because we don't need to get into it here right now. But I do want to say all of the people that sang Kid Rock's performance on the alt halftime show. Has anybody seen clips from that today?
Oh, yeah, I've seen some.
A lot of lip syncing.
A lot of lip syncing.
A lot of taking the mic away and the words are still going.
A lot of
Jorts.
catching his breath.
The jorts were ridiculous.
With the jorts.
Yeah. If you thought it was incredible, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You could want to watch it. That's fine. That's great. You could think he, jiffed and jived in those jorts really well. But if you thought it was incredible, it was a terrible performance.
Yeah, it was not good at all. Not one bit good at all.
No. I'm not going to get into why it's ridiculous to watch it in the first place.
But yeah.
Just want to say that you can't turn around and say it was incredible.
Well, the good thing about the regular Super Bowl halftime show is they had wonderful normal family values like marriage and the nuclear family and supporting children and stuff like that. So
I also did see somebody say something about the explicit lyrics of Bad Bunny songs, and then the clip I saw was Kid Rock singing "Ball to Ball."
Yeah.
We'll talk about explicit lyrics, guys.
Yeah, this is you do definitely get the big spices up front in the nose. The marshmallow rings true. I don't get whatever the popcorn thing I don't get any.
It was peppercorn, not popcorn.
Okay,
I
peppercorn.
didn't read it right.
Right.
I'm still Spanish, my first language. Still bad bunnying over here. All
Like I
right,
said, the merengue, it's a party in my mouth. I'm a dancing.
come on, you'll know about it.
Dina said my favorite quote about the halftime show, that it was aggressively wholesome. Or spitefully wholesome.
Spitefully wholesome. I love it.
You know what? As a partially Puerto Rican person, it was awesome to see the culture celebrated.
Yeah.
To be honest, starting off in a sugarcane field and walking through that, people playing dominoes. My great grandfather's a former island champion in dominoes. Like, that is pretty fucking cool.
I mean, there was all of that. All I saw was big booty Latinas.
We got them too.
Yeah.
That's tight.
It's all that.
But
all I really noticed.
And Pedro.
Yeah, wait, that's Pedro.
And then my family hails from Caguas, Puerto Rico, which is a kind of a fairly distant suburb of San Juan, kind of like Joppa would be to Baltimore.
Okay, gotcha.
So not, it's not like Middle River. It's a little further out than that, but it's still a suburb of San Juan. And when the hurricanes happened and old Trumpy was throwing rolls of paper towels at my people, they were without power for about 3.5 weeks before they got something back. Like, so they're up kind of in the hills outside of San Juan. And but no, it was an awesome celebration of American culture, a subset of American culture. It was great.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
What do you think of the whiskey, Mr.
Loved
Graham?
it. I haven't tasted it yet. The nose, I get a lot of creme brulee. I'm not sure that I'm getting any black coffee.
I smell the pepper though. The pepper.
I get a bit of pepper for sure,
which is uncommon for wheat whiskeys. But for me, it's
palate is hot. It's
a lot of marshmallow.
I do get marshmallow. It gives way to the marshmallow. A lot. Yeah. I do get burnt sugar. I do get creme brulee on the finish. Agreed. The finish is medium lasting. It doesn't go right away, but it's not lingering now. The hot is lingering a little bit. Well, all in all, it's a good whiskey.
I'm glad to see wheat whiskeys are starting to get a little bit more
of attention.
Play.
Yeah.
They're good. They're fucking good. Like, and I'm glad to see that they're getting some play to them. And,
For sure.
And also, I would say distillers have figured out ways to age a little bit better and bring out some more complexities to it, because the grain itself doesn't offer a lot, right? So, but really, really, really good. And Mr. Graham, what do we always need to do?
Always remember to drink responsibly.
Alrighty, cheers,
I was
kid.
hoping they had an age statement. They don't. Or had a minimum age statement.
All right. Let's get into it. Arsenal once again set the table with another comfortable win as Villa drop points again and Man City leave it at the death. Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0, Villa 1, Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 2, Liverpool 1. Really, I think it was pretty straightforward what Sunderland were going to do. These are two of the best defenses in all of the English Premier League currently. And the idea that Sunderland was going to have was you weren't going to get through the alleys. You were going to have to beat them from outside. And ultimately, that's how you broke the game open.
Yeah, the problem was, though, for them, and it's been evident the last couple of weeks, is without Granit Xhaka, they don't have that blanket of protection, and they don't have anyone to really transition play properly. There was a lot more long balls from them we've seen over the last couple of weeks, and that was apparent in this game, which something Gabriel and Saliba are very adept at dealing with.
They can handle that.
Now, the physicality of Brobby is, as we've seen over many weeks, and the ability that he has to remain composed while putting his strength about and bring others into play was excellent. And that's where they did have a little bit of joy, and Arsenal had a couple of early scares. But we weathered that storm, and we finally found the key to unpick the lock. And it was one of the most technically, if Szoboszlai didn't do his free kick, this would have been the best hit of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
They hit it almost the exact same. The difference is Zubamendi, the ball was obvious. It was a perfectly weighted pass from Trossard, by the way. No bobbles, no bumps, no jumps. Just perfectly across the turf. And Zubamendi was able to strike it just on the outside of his boot. Started a little bit outside the post, but a little daisy cutter.
Just curve right in.
And hit it really, really well. Put it in the only spot at the near post the goalkeeper had no chance.
Yeah, it's one of those few instances where you go, oh, you got beat on the near post. It's the goalie's fault. I don't know if there's anything he could do anything about.
Not that one.
Yeah.
I think it came through bodies to an extent. It was from a weird position. He took it first time, so it happened quickly.
And as you said, it was hit.
It was struck beautifully well. It had good pace to it.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it. I mean, I don't really think Roos could have done much more with it, to be honest.
I could say the one good thing about everyone getting healthy is it gives you the opportunity for someone like Jesus to motivate Gyökeres to, oh shit, wait, I'm not starting at striker. Get him on the pitch and then make him motivated to want to score goals.
Well, the cool part about it is they've been sharing goals the last few weeks. So Gyökeres now has 8 goals in the Premier League for the season. I will say Jeet put something up in the closed group, which
I saw it was quite funny,
which is great news. Sheshko and 2 of the other ones, like Delap and Isak, have all together combined scored 8 Premier League goals this season. Obviously, Isak's injured,
right?
But the other 2,
and they're like 200 million collectively.
And he was 66 or was 65 or whatever it was. So that was good. The second goal in particular, I thought was very good because it was that brutish, hold somebody off, use your power, throw your body around, and then just snap, take a chance, bang, and it's in.
That isn't just what we saw at Porto. That's what we first saw of him when he was in the championship at Coventry City.
You're talking about Sporting, not Porto.
Right.
You can't step foot in Portugal now.
Oh, well.
Mel, you're never going to the Algarve. Sorry.
Yeah. But in the regards of, that is what he did in the championship when he played for Coventry City, was the ability to be able to push people off, rip off shots like that, the physicality, which you knew he had in his bag. It just hadn't been there yet this season.
Well, I think a lot of it, and partially why Isak got injured and his stop start. Johan Visa, his stop start to his career, Newcastle. Šeško was left relatively late signing by United, right?
Right.
All of these, what we imagined were all top-tier strikers, their transfers just kind of dragged on,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't think any of them had really Isak specifically, but I don't think any of them really had a proper preseason to learn their teammates. Mo Salah didn't have time to adjust his ego for this new person coming in for a club record fee.
Mm-hmm.
None of that happened really. So it's going to take time for these people to bed in. And it is what it is.
Right.
But that's part and parcel of the game. That's why it's been so good to get these other players back fit. In terms of Jesus, Kai Havertz, he scored a couple of goals since coming back, of course. Jesus has scored a few goals Champions League and in the league since coming back. So it's everybody pushing each other, but in terms of getting fully fit, now we've got Bukayo Saka's out to the end of the month with some discomfort in his hip, injured in the warm-up a couple of games ago. But Nani Madueke, I mean, that's why you buy the depth, right? Nani Madueke has stepped up and played very well the last few games. You also have Odegaard now, who's not super fit.
Right.
And hopefully Kai dropping into midfield and helping create some of these situations in front of goal for the Arsenal will motivate Eze to
knowing
to
that
get a bit
Eze
better.
knows he doesn't have the spot, that it's not his, that somebody else
Since
can
his
take it
hat trick
any
at Tottenham, he's been largely anonymous.
Yeah, very true.
Eze.
Very, very true.
I don't know if the price tag's weighing on him. I don't know if the just sheer, noise around him is weighing on him, what's happening personally, but we obviously expected a bit more out of him this season.
Yeah.
So than what's been delivered so far.
Now you guys have been rolling. It's a couple of 2 really nice wins in a row, 7 goals to none in turn. But you do owe us a shot.
I do owe you a shot of Malort.
Malort from a few weeks ago.
Yeah, from the Manchester United loss. So that's fine. Here it is.
Yeah.
Classic. I think I saw you
pour
pour.
your OG.
Yeah.
OG.
OG Malort.
You haven't had it in a while, so I figured the OG.
Yeah,
is
of
the way to
course.
go.
And that's perfectly fine. I'm very
Sometimes you
willing
need
to
be
do
reminded.
this. On the back of a win, remaining 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League, top of the tree. I'm very happy to be doing a shot of Malort. No problem at all.
Very good.
No worries. And I really want that dude to get his hair cut.
Yeah,
I saw a video
get to
of
him.
him the other day.
Mate. We'll get to him and all the hoopla that's around it, because the team apparently isn't too fucking happy about it. But that's the last segment. We'll get to that. I'd rather talk about this.
Yeah, all I want to say is all y'all cons made fun of me for my hair.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, no, I'm happy to do it.
Now, with that being said, what's different this time as opposed to last time, Sam? What is it about this Arsenal team that feels like they might not fucking bottle it this time?
We're deep. If you're not playing, we'll find somebody who will. Where before you looked at a bench and went, ugh.
Yeah. What kid are we putting in?
Exactly.
What kid do we need to have step up?
Exactly. I mean, that's why Ethan Nwaneri had such a breakout season last season. We needed him when O was hurt a couple times because we didn't have anybody else to do it.
Yeah.
Tried Trossard there, lost so much on the left, it wasn't worth it, right? Martinelli has stepped up in the Champions League as well. And the FA Cup, I mean, he had his hat trick in the FA Cup, right? There's so many players that are in and out of the team. We've been able to weather pretty much any storm for the most part. And every time there's a setback, I think Jeep might have shared this, might have been Rob, but anytime there's been a setback, we've gone on like a 14-match unbeaten run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not too terribly concerned. And it's because the squad seems together. Everybody seems on the same page. Everybody knows their job, and everybody does it brilliantly. And if you're dropped from the team, minus Eze, right? Like Hincapie's been in and out of the team. I think he was only injured for like 2 weeks, maybe, but he's been in and out of the team. Calafiori, whichever one started, has given their all. Ben White, has given his all anytime he's been included, right? Anytime they come off the bench, they're making changes to the game. They're impacting the game.
Yeah.
That's a lot to do with Arteta. It's a lot to do with the system. It's a lot to do with their own personal desire. And it's something we've just lacked in the past. If Saka couldn't get it done or O couldn't get it done, we don't really have anything else.
True.
Now we do.
Yeah. And that being said, moving on to the next match, this probably would have just been an oh-so because it wasn't a particularly fantastic match, but they are in and about the hunt right now, and they drop points yet again for Villa. And frankly, they should have been down early, Mr. Graham.
Yeah, they should have. 20 shots from the Cherries, 9 of which were on target.
Yeah.
You got to score more than a goal.
Yes, you do.
Because, Emi Martinez was on his game, made a couple of saves. The defense made a couple of blocks, but nothing.
Konza taking that one off the line was probably the best save in the match.
Well, I was going to say, there was no real moment besides the Konza where you have like Donnarumma at full stretch. Like Martinez didn't need to be a world beater.
It wasn't overly challenging shots he was facing.
And that was kind of the
hell,
thing.
it wasn't even Pickford against Fulham who had a couple of big saves.
Right. It was all what got to him was fairly routine, to be completely honest. I thought Morgan Rogers scored a good goal.
Oh, yeah.
That was excellent.
He needed that because he's been missing a lot of
the
shots
last couple
lately,
of games after. I mean, he had a very solid run there for what was basically the entire month of December, maybe 6 weeks going into the first 2 weeks of Jan.
Absolutely.
But he's kind of fallen off a little bit. Again, I think that boils down to the losing McGinn. That balance in midfield seems a touch off to me. That's why I thought it was strange they let Evan Gusan go.
Right.
On loan.
Well, it just tells you that he really wasn't providing anything on the wing and that they just, they had to move on. Now,
he's only on loan to go get more experience.
Right.
But at the same token, if without McGinn, there's going to be some rotation in that spot.
Well, you also are missing, God, why am I forgetting? It's Onana's healthy. Tielemans is healthy. Who's the other one, Mel? I'm forgetting the other midfielder. God, I can't believe I'm not remembering his name. But one of the other midfielders is out as well right now. That, along with McGinn, that fucking affects things, right?
Right, yeah.
And also McGinn, too, has been playing a lot on the wing, but his, lined up as, quote, one of the wingers up top, but he's been playing in the half space just behind the striker and kind of pinching in more and allowing the side to run up the sideline, right? With be it Matt.
Well, that's Matty Cash's side, right? That's Matty Cash's side, right?
Yeah,
and you want him to get up and down the wing,
right? Cash will run up the sideline all day.
But McGinn provides you again that bit of a press, that bit of a blanket, a platform to and allows Morgan Rogers to express himself. Well, he's had a bit more defensive responsibility because of McGinn not being there.
And unfortunately, because of that, they're now, that's 2 weeks in a row where they should have gotten 3 points each time and would be sitting a lot closer in the hunt with you guys, and they'd be ahead of City right now. But they've been starting to slip, and it's absolutely the wrong time for them to be slipping.
Yeah, for sure. But they seem to starting to be getting a tune out of Jadon Sancho, which is only a good thing.
Yeah, that's important. Well, especially because,
and he actually did did his doggies on defense a few times as well. I mean, I think of one pretty good tackle he put in over on the right side, just on the edge of the box.
And that's really been his knock when he was at Chelsea and at United was that he just refused to play defense at all.
Well, he also refused to turn up the training on time.
That's very true as well. That could be a problem there. But then, of course, somebody like Emery ain't gonna fucking let that shit fly.
Right.
Just
exactly.
And also, Villa's the type of organization that isn't going to let that shit fly either.
No.
Now, on to the Cherries in that regard, and then we'll move on to the next game. Is for the Cherries, it seems like they've righted the ship, right? It looked like they were doing really well. They were up in the top half of the table, and then they just fell off a cliff. And the defense that was seemingly doing okay suddenly started giving up a ton of goals. They've gotten back to really kind of hunkering down, and it feels this feels like a comfortably 12th place kind of team now. They feel like they're in a good spot.
Obviously, when you lose your best player, there's going to be an adjustment period, right? And that's where they look like dog shit to me. Right. Before that, they had chances still. They were doing things. But in those 2-3 weeks after Semenyo left, they looked like shit. Right. And then they've started to slowly adjust to Krupi being in there full time rather than an impact sub. They still have was a Marcus Tavernier to come back, I think, who's been hurt. But with his injury and Semenyo's sale, they've looked a bit shaky up front and kind of uninspired.
And also Kluivert isn't having the year he had last year. He had such an amazing year.
But the last 2 to 3 weeks, they've looked more assured. They look like they figured out their balance again. And as you say, the defense is looking a bit stronger. I don't know if that's because Semenyo did a ton of defensive work down that left side, but he did track back a bit.
It also doesn't help when you lose your goalie and 3 of your 4 defenders over the summer
as well. Right? But they started the season so well. You thought that was completely behind them.
Right.
But, going to the, what everybody calls the Brighton model or the Brentford model, where the system overrides everything, and you buy players for the system, young, old, whoever they are, and they slot in. You have a couple of months betting in time, and then they go in. We talked about this last week with City. What I think Bournemouth have done really well, I really like the last 2 weeks of this kid, Ryan. The 19-year-old Brazilian kid, winger.
Yeah.
He's been excellent. Another fantastic goal. A little bit of a toe poke here, but I thought another fantastic goal from him, and that can only up his confidence.
Yeah, agreed.
He does look a little stiff, though, when he runs.
Yes, I have noticed that, definitely.
Which I do think is quite funny.
Let's go ahead and get into the final match. And really, there's only 2 things to mention in the first half. That one, it was a completely dog shit first half. And the only thing to talk about in the first half for me is Liverpool supporters being Liverpool supporters, which is the, offended by everything, embarrassed by nothing kind of mentality. It's not Gay's fault that he went to City. You all didn't get it over the line and get him signed. He then went to a team that was willing to pay the money. You all couldn't pay. Why are you booing the player? It's not like he was some affront. If he ended up going to United or Everton, I get it, because that is your 2
direct rivals.
But in the case of City, it's like, of course he went to fucking City, because City gets everyone. That's what City does.
Well, yeah, but the other thing is that financial fair play rules probably over the summer that you've spent all this money.
Yeah,
you might not have been able to afford the $20 million.
Right.
Your performances this season. Why would he join you? He has no chance to win anything.
Right. Exactly.
Realistically, he has no chance to win anything this season.
Maybe an FA Cup. He's won one of those already.
Right.
That kind of sets it straight.
Right, but in the FA Cup, you still have City and Arsenal available.
Yeah. Right.
Progressing. So is that a guarantee? Is that good? Your best chance is an FA Cup. I mean, they had to introduce a rule where if you made too many changes and didn't respect the competition, quote unquote, you got fined as a club. Remember, a number of years ago. So that's what you're presenting as your best chance?
Yeah,
because you're not winning the Champions League.
No,
the way this team's misfiring.
No,
there's no way. Really, the game starts in the 80th minute or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Right?
Because really the second half wasn't.
Bro.
It was all City with possession, but doing nothing with it. And then Liverpool occasionally getting an opportunity. And that was all the first 80 minutes of the match was.
Let me tell you something. With my red tinted glasses on, I loved every second of that first half. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Nobody do anything.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Just fuck off.
Just drop points.
Yep.
Brilliant.
But then in the 80th minute.
But as a neutral and somebody that does this, as a side gig, I just want to claw my fucking eyes out. It was horrific.
Oh, I was definitely playing games on my phone while that fucking game. It was so
a terrible watch.
It was fucking horrid.
Bro, I started prepping dinner.
Yeah.
Halfway through.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Then I am glad that I now get to share in the misery of having Soboslai do that to you with another set of supporters.
Fuck.
What a goal.
What? Like you said, your Zubamende goal would have been really good if Soboslai hadn't done that.
The technique in the actual strike of the ball was quite similar. In a sense that it went inside to out.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Zubamendi's from the left side, so technically it goes outside to in, but it was on his right foot. So it goes inside to out in that sort of motion. Now, Zubamendi's hits the inside of the post. Soboslai hits the inside of the post.
It was just fuck.
Robin Roofs has a chance to get there and dives at it, right? This rooted Donnarumma to the spot. One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
I was going to say arguably the best goalkeeper in the world.
Completely rooted him to the spot. Yeah. And he even had the little shuffle, which makes it look worse. Mm-hmm. I should have dove by now, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, look at that thing.
You just fuck me. I mean, I know that feeling from a shot like that too well, where you're just the fuck. Like,
I'm sure, I don't know if the mics picked it up, but I in my head could just hear "Vafanculo" as soon as that hit the inside of the post.
Fucking love it.
It was an absolutely brilliant strike. What I do want to know, though, from this game and the last couple of weeks, is with Ekitike misfiring, because he should have had at least 2 goals in this game, in my opinion. Do we, and Gakpo's been misfiring as well, who's been pretty reliable in popping up with a goal or so every other game or what have you. Is Dominic Szoboszlai the new Bruno Fernandes? You remember all of last year and for the first half of this year with Amram in charge, we just said Fernandes has been booking the hotels. He's been probably coming up with some of the tactics. He's been scoring the goals, doing the assists. He's been doing everything that was United was doing. He did everything.
The answer is yes.
Is Szoboszlai now the new?
The commentators just went, it's time to stop calling him the fill-in right back. He's the right back.
Yeah, but he's also the number 10.
Yeah.
He's also a right winger from time to time.
He just does.
He's the one that pops up with all the goals. I mean, it's insane. Mark Gahey. I think there was a covering defender. Close enough that I don't agree that it was a red. I do think the contact, the pullback on Mo Salah might have continued into the 18-yard box.
I don't disagree.
I think that could have been a penalty.
Especially then when we get to the penalty that got called later.
That got given.
Yeah, you look at that and you're just kind of like...
It's like, very similar.
Hey, I mean, the Scousers have a reason to be fucking bitching and moaning. Like, they do. They just... It felt... Again, this is one of those times where we've had weeks where it seems like VAR just goes, we don't want anything to do with it. And then we have weeks where VAR wants to overanalyze the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I also, actually, before Szoboszlai's free kick, did you notice the heavy collision between Kuzmanov, Donnarumma, and Gakpo, where it was actually a brilliant tackle, great recovery on Gakpo from Kuzmanov, but he did hit Donnarumma's knee, and Donnarumma gets up and celebrates the save kind of thing, and didn't realize, obviously, that he was hurt. And they end up pulling him off for concussion protocol. He wanted to stay on and tried to argue with the doctors to stay on. But it did make me notice that just his facial shape, it looks like he's going to cry at any moment. All the time. Now, he's the first Premier League Kazaki player, I think, isn't he? Yep. From Kazakhstan.
It is seeming like he's starting to kind of bet into this team
absolutely.
a little.
He's had a couple of brilliant games recently, and his
and he's been thrown to the wolves
100%,
very much so too,
and that with a new partner as well. It doesn't even have Ruben Dias by his side to cover him. But I just find it funny, and I don't know if it's because the Kazakhstan is sort of starting to bleed into Asia. The shape of his eyes, the just kind of small lips. He's also quite young. He just looks like he's about to cry at any moment.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
It just made me laugh beyond belief as he was coming off the field.
So obviously City equalized, but we really don't care because it's extra time. It's
93rd minute, I think it was.
The penalty. A keeper has to come out for that ball. Like you have to. And
it was a dumb penalty to give up, though.
But it's also felt. I mean, I get in today's modern football, you're going to call that a penalty, but the only reason why they wouldn't have, if he had somehow gotten any part of his body on it, they wouldn't have called it a penalty. Well, where does that make that any different if he got the ball or didn't get the ball? Like, the keeper still got to, I've seen far worse where a keeper comes out and takes out a guy. And it was if the ball had gotten, let's say the ball and the man had gotten around him, that ball still wouldn't have gone in the back of the net. It wasn't like...
It's a pen.
Yeah, it
is a pen, though. Yeah. You will never know if he could have gotten to the ball because he got taken out.
Right.
But and maybe it's just there's a little bit of bias because of the caliber keeper he is and the things we've seen Allison do.
Yes, sir.
I feel like it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen him do in a Liverpool shirt.
I guess it's also harder to get simply, and here's me defending fucking Liverpool, right? But you look at the foul at the one end that like both were pens then. Like
no, I think they missed the other call for sure. I definitely think they missed the other call, but I think this is a nailed on penalty.
Where was that eye in the sky for that to look at that diligently like they did?
They were saving it all up for the 97th minute.
For no shit. So there it is. They score. Haaland scores the penalty. They go up 2-1. Legitimately snatching points out of nowhere that they probably really didn't even deserve.
Grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, and
for sure.
And celebrating like they had just won the league, even though they like to comment about how you guys celebrate all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. We're still only 6 points back.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
But then the end of the match, Allison decided he was a striker. And he just, I loved the bit, right? Because he just stayed up there.
Oh, well,
Him and Van Dijk were just up there.
Well,
like,
and
never
he
came back.
didn't run back. It's okay.
Never ran back.
It's fine,
Never.
Sam. Soboslai's back there.
No shit, Sloboslai's
Big
back
Dom's
there.
got it. Don't worry about it. Big Dom's at the back.
I understand the ruling of what they ultimately did. I like that it was that the first initial grab from Sloboslai was waved off because of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the grab on Sloboslai
from Haaland.
But then the idea is because we're looking at that foul, we now go back and look at this foul. Why didn't you just let the advantage play all the way through and just let it be a fucking goal?
Because you can't ignore it. You can't ignore the fact it doesn't give him carte blanche to do what he did. What if you turn around and punched him in the face?
Right.
You can't just ignore what he did. Right. So the only reason Soboslai catches up to Haaland is because of the pullback.
Right. Of course.
If Haaland doesn't touch him,
he just
and the ball goes in, it's a goal.
Right. There wouldn't have been anything because it would have been advantage.
But because of the pullback from Soboslai, he catches up to Haaland, right? He slowed him up enough that he was in pole position to win that ball. And I think because Shirky didn't hit it very hard,
right?
I think Soboslai would have gotten there.
Yeah, he probably would have, to be honest.
So in that case, you've now impeded a defender from defending.
Right.
Right? So you have to call that a foul. Right? So, but you go back to the initial foul and discipline that.
Right.
So you can commit a foul during advantage that fucks your team.
Right.
Now, the other foul still happened, and it happened first. So we have to punish that foul, which is where you get the free kick, right? I mean,
then the red.
And then the red for a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity, right? Because Haaland was in. He was onside, and he was in.
Yeah, he was in.
And you stopped him from going for a tap-in. Now, I loved Haaland's comments after the game. It's the only thing funny. I know it's boring, and you are allowed to be annoyed by what happened.
Yeah, he was.
But still respect the rules, because this is basically just admin that played out in front of us.
Right.
Which is annoying, and it is against the spirit of the game or whatever, if you will. But I think this was completely legitimate and ultimately the correct decision, the way in which it was handled.
But Sam, I had already watched 90 minutes of that dog shit, and I didn't need to be subjected to another 10 minutes of fucking admin.
I know. It's annoying, yes, and I get that. And I completely get that. But it's the correct decision in my view.
Yeah.
So when he pulls him back, advantage starts. And then you can't. He would have, if that ball went in the back of the net, rightly, Soboslai still would have been sent off.
Oh, yeah. Because it would have been.
Because it was during an advantage. You acknowledge the foul.
Right.
You can still go back and punish somebody for that.
They do that all the time.
Right. So he should have still been sent off. And the difference between Soboslai and Gahey is by that time, I think Diaz was on the pitch. Diaz was level with Mo Salah and more central.
Yeah.
So he's technically a covering defender at that point, which is why Gahey only got a yellow.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of admin. It's a lot of admin.
Just annoying. And
it is annoying. I completely agree with you. It is annoying, but ultimately it's the correct decision. And this is what VAR is supposed to do. Right. Now, dumb from Soboslai Szoboszlai, if you lose 3-1, do you really think Brentford's going to keep up their pace?
No.
Right? So you basically did that to stay above Brentford on goal difference. Right? Not that was in his head, but ultimately that's the outcome.
Well, I think he's doing it because he's the only fucking guy in a red kit that's fucking trying out there currently for that squad.
Of course. Yeah. But I'm saying like that ultimately that's the only thing that happened from this was they stayed above Brentford on goal difference because City ultimately missed the free kick. Right. So, but now you're suspended for a game.
Yeah.
Was that worth it?
No, not one bit.
Absolutely not. So it's stupid on his part. If you're beat, you're beat. It's the 97th minute.
Yeah.
The title race isn't on for you.
Right.
You're in 7th or whatever it is. Like, so why are you doing that?
I think it's just instinct takes over. You're trying your damnedest to make sure that ball doesn't go in the back of the net.
Yeah, it also didn't look like much.
Yeah.
It looked like he grabbed him with his thumb and his first finger.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And Haaland made a bit of a meal of it.
And pulled himself so that jersey got extended long.
But Haaland took a much larger chunk of Szoboszlai's shirt.
Oh, yeah.
He had a
did.
full fistful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
But City ultimately gave Liverpool a fist sting. So... Thank you. Thank you. It's a tie.
So now that you look at this, and final question for the segment here, that happens. Where do you think it all lands now? Do you think City can catch you still? No?
I don't think City can catch us. They still look vulnerable. The second half from them wasn't good. Liverpool were on top and didn't capitalize. After Szoboszlai's free kick, they didn't really use that as a platform. But I think from 1-0, title was Arsenal's pretty handedly. At 2-1, we've got a race on again.
The bottom of the table had two matches involving 16th versus 17th and 18th versus 19th. And now we have a battle on our hands. Leeds 3, Forest 1, West Ham 2, Burnley 0. Massive win for Leeds at Ellen Road. Dominating, even though Forest looked lively at first. The minute Leeds got the goal, Forest folded.
It was a great run from Bogle. But
that pass
was excellent. One of the best lines I heard earlier today was all, what a pass, kind of threaded the eye of the needle. And then one of the other guys goes, yeah, but that eye of that needle was a dinner plate.
Yeah, it was.
The size of a dinner plate.
Yeah, it was a big
and you're trying to put a thread through it.
Yeah.
Like easy peasy.
Yeah, it was a big open amount of space for him to run onto.
And that's what worries me for Forest. Sean Dyche has been associated his entire career with a tight defense. And they're just leaking goals left, right, and center.
Agreed.
He's never scored a ton of goals. I mean, what was the Burnley record when they finished in 7th or whatever and went to the Europa League? They scored less than a goal a game.
Right.
But there were so many 1-0s and then 0-0 draws that they ended up finishing in 7th or 8th or whatever it was
and went to
the Europa League.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where it's like, if you're not doing this well and West Ham are picking up the points they're picking up, right, the last few weeks. Now, granted, the next few weeks for West Ham are pretty bad, right? I think they've got Liverpool and City away.
Yes.
That happens for Dyche going into March on the business end. West Ham don't expect to win those games, but at the end of February, early March, I bet you they can pick themselves up for the easier games they have coming. If I don't see Forest capitalizing on anything they've got going on in the next few weeks. So then you also throw in the tie with Fenerbahce.
Do we think this win for Leeds makes them safe? Because
you can't officially say, obviously.
Not officially safe, but for me, I feel like the team that
I worry about them the least.
If a team, whoever won that match on Friday, I felt like is the closest to safety.
Oh, for sure.
Not just by points, but by just general feel. Because Leeds is about to play a couple of tough matches, but then it gets pretty much bottom of the table for them the rest of the way.
And a fair few games at home.
Yeah.
Which is their bread and butter.
Yeah. What
I worry, I'm going to say this out loud. You're going to think it's a dig. It's not really a dig, other than they have been shit. I would worry more for Tottenham than I worry for Leeds.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's fair.
The way it's been going.
Well, Leeds has an organization. They know what they're doing.
But
It may not work, but they know what they're doing.
Both of them will be fine because you still have West Ham and you still have Forest. And I don't think either one of them are going to be able to catch either of those two clubs I mentioned.
That's what I think as well.
Right.
That's absolutely what I think as well.
So it's a strange one. But the rest of this game, you had no Okafor with a great goal as well. And then DCL with a wonderfully improvised finish.
The hitting off
his chest. That was absolutely brilliant.
Did it with the titties.
Just stole in and gave a perfectly good tit job.
Yeah.
You know? It was awesome.
Sure, Billy brought up a very interesting statement that I...
And Dominic Calvert-Lewin showed me his boobies, and I like them too.
And I liked them too. Vicky Vandercourt.
Vicky Valancourt, yeah. She showed me her boobies.
And I liked them.
That's very nice. What did he
Anderson,
say when he was sitting there? Oh, I appreciate what you're showing me right now.
Anderson seemingly is being used differently under Dyche than how he was used under Nuno. He feels like he's just being pulled back as a defensive midfielder.
Yep.
And suddenly now that connective pass that was going to Gibbs White that ultimately set up and led for goals isn't there anymore because he's about 10 yards deeper than he normally is. And I think that has completely fucked the mojo of Forest.
They also, like, Igor Jesus has had a couple of very good games, right? He's young and inconsistent. What they're missing is Chris Wood.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I ever thought I'd say that about Chris Wood, ever.
I said that, so I went to...
but they're missing Chris Wood.
I went to
tremendously.
I went to Barflies and watched the game with Gek and the rest of the Leeds supporters, of course, and had a great time. The thing I said to Gek was, especially early on, because Igor had a couple of missed headers, and I was like, if that was Wood, you'd be down 1-0 right now. He would have put one of those away.
So here's the positive note for Forest, right? The tall, lanky guy they bought, who seems pretty strong for being so skinny, Lucas, whatever his name is, Lukka, I think, actually. He got a consolation, so he's already off the mark.
Yeah.
If he can find some form, they might be all right. They might get enough goals to be okay, but it all boils down to Sean Dyche has to fix this defense.
Right.
It's what we said about Nuno, because he's the same way, very tight at the back. And he's pretty much done that at West Ham.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
It took a while, but he's pretty much done it. Forest made their name on that last season. Dyche walked into what should have been a fairly simple, just keep it tight, lads.
Yeah.
And they haven't.
No, not one bit. Now, massive road win for the Irons, because although Burnley is not a very good team, Turf Moor is still a hard building to go into against a team that's very defensive-minded, right? It's not easy. And when you're the team trying to get out of the relegation zone, that's not an easy game to go do. And the Irons actually made it look fucking easy.
Yeah, because Burnley are so bereft of confidence at the moment that they can't do anything. And Scott Parker doesn't have the key to unpick a lock because while pretty, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
We saw it at Bournemouth. We saw it at Fulham.
Yeah,
he's not cut out for the Premier League. He's a championship manager.
He fills out a sweater nicely, though.
Yeah, that's fine. But this is like freshman year of college, right? And you're walking into physics class.
Right.
And you've got your former homecoming king and queen, jock and head cheerleader walking in behind you and expecting them to ace the class. It just doesn't happen, man.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's super cute. Lovely to look at. Great to have him on a sideline. But what Scott Parker needs is a Jason Tyndall. He needs a tactics guy. So he can face the media, be charming, be pretty. But he needs somebody to actually do the job.
Right.
That he can't do.
Now, that being said, the new pieces that West Ham have brought in, they're dividends.
They're hitting.
And is it as easy as just getting rid of the problem child that's Paquetá?
Yeah, so I've said this a few times, like about Mikel Merino with Arsenal, right? If you notice, when he's on the field and like Declan Rice wasn't or Odegaard wasn't, like when he would get subbed in, play screeches to a fucking halt.
Yeah,
you could be on a breakaway and he'll to receive the ball, fake a pass, turn, look this way, take 2 more touches. It's like, bro, the chance is gone. They've recovered now.
Right, and then pass it back to the defender.
That was Paquetá.
Yeah.
Right? That's happened how many times?
But then also with a whole lot of shithousery and trying to get into it with players and arguing with refs.
But his mental health has been a problem.
Right.
He obviously wanted to go home. He had the speaking back to the mental health thing, he had the charges against him with the gambling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That very obviously weighed a lot on his personality. He got sent off, if you remember, for dissent.
Right.
That speaks to a big problem, right?
Yeah.
These players have been around it. They know. He's played for the Brazilian national team. Getting sent off for dissent, not being a traditional hothead. Like, you had Wayne Rooney getting sent off in the Champions League for sarcastically clapping a referee and like all that kind of stuff. He was a hothead. He was a 21-year-old fucking psychopath, the little bulldog scouse guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? This, Paquetá didn't come with that reputation.
Yeah.
But over the last year, with all this going on, he's just declined and declined and declined. Then you add in the performances where Jared Bowen wants to run, Crescencio Somerville wants to run.
Mm-hmm.
Ball gets to Paquetá. We're doing a step over. We're turning back. We're passing back to Souček, who can hardly run himself anymore.
Right.
It just play came to a screeching halt. And once the defense gathered, there was, I don't even know if he knew where the lock was, let alone if he had a key for it.
Right.
Anymore.
Very fair.
So moving him out of the team, and this very hairy man, Bruno, seems like he knows what he's doing. He's in it.
Yeah.
You got Tatty Titty, what's his name? Up front. Castellanos, whatever his name is. Scored a couple of goals. He's off the mark already. He seems like he's bedding in very well. But with Bruno in that middle being that linchpin, you now have somebody that wants to play quickly. 1-2 touch, bang. And you see over the last 3 weeks, Crescencio Somerville, who's a very pacey player, and Jared Bowen have been in much better positions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting worked out.
Yeah. So that being said, last
now,
question.
Burnley aren't very good, so that also helps.
Well, what I was going to say for Burnley, what Burnley has going for them is that they won't be the worst team in the league and they won't be the worst team in history because they've already got 15 points.
Yep.
But that's about all you can really say about Burnley. They're dead on.
They're
going down.
Yeah,
we know what it is.
Sorry, Pastor Daddy. They're all good. They're going
what's
down.
happening. The final question for you: West Ham or Forest? Who's staying up?
West Ham or Forest? Who's staying up? I would have to say at this stage, the way I feel after this weekend, it is absolutely West Ham United. Which means we get another year of Smokey bombing us off for the 20 for 20 show.
Exactly. Yeah. I might be calling in Scotty for this one because I think Scotty will definitely be there for it. All right, rounding up the rest of the league. And so that happened. Manchester United 2, Spurs 0, Everton 2, Fulham 1, Chelsea 3, Wolves 1, Brentford 3, Newcastle 2, Palace 1, Brighton 0. Yet again, fucking Tottenham. Yet again, fucking Romero with a red card.
6th in his Tottenham career.
Bad red card.
That's got to be a club record, doesn't it?
Also, after kind of being critical in the press.
Oh, yeah.
And
just on Instagram. He wrote it just himself.
Fuck, dude. Come on, man. Like.
Yeah. But what do you expect from an Argentinian center back?
But you wear the captain's armband. Like.
Stereotypes aren't a good thing to base an entire people on.
Mm-hmm.
Stereotypes about a very, very specific group of people sometimes ring true. They're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Argentinian center back, fucking psychopath. Makes total sense. How many have we seen?
Yeah. And honestly, it changed the match because
100% it did.
Spurs were in it to start the match, like
because of Vicario.
Yeah.
Right. So it only took 30 seconds for United to carve out the first opportunity, which basically told you how the game was going to go.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right.
Now, Spurs are better away from home, but United are on this fantastic run of form. But again, 10 minutes. Casemiro had a thunderbolt, needed a save from Vicario. You get him sent off, right? It was just 4 minutes later, 6 minutes later, something like that, and Buemo scores. Mm-hmm. So it absolutely changed the game. That's fair dues. But United laid out their stake from the start. We're at home. We've got ourselves behind us. There's vibes around the club for the first time in 18 months.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For the first time since that FA Cup win, there's vibes around here.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to you. And they did.
Yeah. Now,
Romero or not, I think United would have won this game.
I tend to agree. I think United is in form. Where everybody in the world seems to be rooting for the lad to cut his hair, and then all of United, including Carrick, are even like, why is this what we're talking about? Who gives a shit about the guy that needs the guy who cut his?
So Bruno Fernandes's post match was a bit more tongue in cheek, I think. They were like, "Oh, are you excited for this guy to cut his hair?" Whatever he said something along the lines of, I don't know the exact quote, but yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about other people having to go to the hairdresser. I probably need to go to the hairdresser and then touch his hair, but gave a little wink and a smile.
Right.
And then I think finished it off. I don't remember exactly, but I think finished it off with if he's doing something nice for charity, that's great.
Yeah. No, I don't think him. Really, it's people like Carrick was pretty adamant about we need to stop talking about this guy.
Well, so I think that's actually bad PR. To be honest, I think that's shit. I think what he did was do a cheeky little thing to call out United's bad form. Not intentionally. He has said many times he didn't expect it to blow up like this.
Right.
But it's become this thing. He's doing it for charity now. He's going to make at least, looking at that mop, he's going to make at least 3 wigs for sick kids.
Yeah.
Lean into it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now's the time you should be embracing it because you need some good PR. Especially after cutting all these staff meals, all these people from the club, going back to even COVID.
Yeah.
Cutting all of these people from their job at Manchester United.
Right.
This is a bit of good PR where this guy just went out of his way to do something for charity now. He was taking a piss at first, but it's become something cool. So just be a part of it.
Also, you all have been good now for 4 matches in a row. You were dog shit for over 500 days.
Yeah.
Accept your part in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that simple. Accept your fucking part in it.
And really, you're not out of the woods. Tottenham are bad, right? You should have won this game by 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah, well, and
if it wasn't for Vicario, they would have.
Also, your next opponent, West Ham, is feeling a little feisty right now.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, fair enough. Already keeping it moving. The absolute most Fulhamish smash and grab ever for Everton. Pickford kept him in it. The Post kept him in it. There was, there was an opportunity to score early that got called offside.
So my first line in my notes was there was some helter-skeltering.
Yes.
There was all the things were happening at once.
Hey, 2-1 and own goals won 2-1.
Yeah.
It wasn't a particularly good game. For Fulham, you have to say you had every opportunity to put Everton away in the first half, and you didn't. And if you did, you have to assume, especially seeing what Everton's been so far this season, they have an answer in the second half. They're a very good second half team. Moyes fucking makes changes. They find ways to get points. And Fulham you got to put them away. You got to put them away.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
And they just didn't put them away.
Well, it's because no one did anything.
Yeah.
They tried to get to points where they could do something. Now, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall's goal was all right. That was
Great
fine.
goal. Yeah.
But you're right. It was 1-1 on own goals, and he was the difference.
Yeah.
And it very well could have been a third own goal.
And
it would have been great. A 2-1 game where no one actually scored for their own team.
And as part of the goalkeepers community, O'Brien was standing in his way. Move him.
Yeah.
Instead, Leno wanted to gently embrace his stomach and then reach around and try to punch him in the face. And then just punch the ball into the fucking net. It was just it
was great.
You did it were you trying to slow dance with Jake O'Brien? Is that what we got going on here?
Speaking of that real quick, the own goal that Leeds scored, that Darlow punched into his own net against Arsenal last week, has been officially given to Nani Madueke. I don't know if that broke by the time we recorded or not.
No, I don't think it had.
The dubious goals panel has decided that ball was going in anyway. And Darlow's now not to blame, even though he's to blame. But that's funny. I'm anxious to see if that Leno goal does the same thing.
Yeah.
Since it was technically on target anyway.
Well, then would you have given
I
that?
think.
It would go to Dewsbury Hall. He'd get a second goal.
Great. Good for him.
Yeah.
He probably gets a goal bonus for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that you have owners that have money.
Well, and everybody that wants to keep bitching and moaning about, why'd you let Dominic Calvert-Lewin walk? You don't get Dewsbury Hall if you re-sign Calvert-Lewin.
Let me tell you something. There was an exorbitant amount of stoppage time that I didn't need for my show bet to hit last week
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah.
I was shitting bricks because I had under 3.5.
Yeah, you were like, God damn
And
it.
Fulham loves scoring late.
Yeah,
I
you were like-
almost cashed it out for like $20 less than my payout would have been because I put real money on it too.
Nice.
I was terrified. I was absolutely fucking terrified.
Cole Palmer gets a hat trick, even though 2 of them are penalties.
And
but
deserved.
yeah, I don't know. The first one was kind of soft.
It's how many times do we have to say it? You're giving the referee a decision to make.
Agreed. Yeah.
You're putting yourself in a position you don't need to put yourself in.
The second one was terrible. Like just 2 hands in the back. Like
Just shoved him over.
he was just like, fuck you. Pushed him on the ground.
Yeah. It was like João Pedro against Adama Traore.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get on the
Fucking
ground.
idiot.
The one thing that for Chelsea, you're in the Champions League spot now. That's good for you.
Congratulations.
It could be you, it could be Liverpool, who fucking knows? Because it seems like now United's made themselves a claim to be in that discussion.
Yeah.
They're playing well. But the bigger thing is there was that nice little run at the start of the year from Wolves, and now I'm starting, because their moves also were, we're building a championship side, we're selling off pieces, we're getting value for as much as we can. I think the worst record ever is back on the fucking board. I know they're only 3 points away from it.
I don't know who's going to score goals for them.
Where are they going to get those 3 points?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know where they're going to score enough goals to make up for their defense's lack of effort.
I think the worst team ever in the history is fucking in the cards, man. I really do.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. Real quick, but very quickly, back to the United thing, because it's pissed me off about the kid with the hair, right? As a team, you have an opportunity. Now, he's put himself in the frame. He was like, nobody's been in touch, but I'm really hoping that maybe, a player could help cut my hair with an actual hairstylist at the stadium. And then we donate it to charity together and all this kind of stuff. Like he's trying to be cool about it.
Yeah.
Right? You've got the vibes. You're back in the Champions League spots. As you say, you've won 4 on a bounce. Why not embrace all of this positive shit?
Right.
It annoys the fuck out of me.
Because
I've really been pissed off by this now.
Sam, it's why the third team with a curse word in its name is fucking Man United. Just who they fucking are, man.
That's really pissed me off.
Shock Newcastle.
Bro, Newcastle shocked Newcastle.
For me, Newcastle.
It's the defense, man. It's the injuries. It really is.
Get your shit together, because you're not going to make Europe. And if you don't make Europe, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Well, didn't they Jamal Lascelles, didn't they let him go?
Mm-hmm.
After Fabian Schär's injury.
Mm-hmm.
So they're playing with Botman and Thiaw.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's all they really have at center back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
And it was very evident in this game. Now, Botman got the opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good corner, good controlled header is fine. But then Janelt equalizes not long after that with a fine header of his own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because their center backs aren't very good.
Right. They're not.
So I don't know what Newcastle are doing. Wisa should have had enough time to get up to speed by now. He hasn't been playing particularly well.
Yeah.
What they need to do, to be fair, is to figure out how to play Voltemata and Wisa together.
Mm-hmm.
And they so far haven't been able to do that. Voltemata is a ball playing forward. Could say like a 9.5, rather than an out-and-out 10.
Right.
Kind of like Kai Havertz.
Right.
Similar
Yeah.
in that where you don't really know what his best position is, but he can kind of do both things. So, and he should be good in the air because he's tall as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? I would just play them together and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you trust Jacob Murphy or don't you?
Right.
Pick one. Anthony Elanga or Jacob Murphy.
But let one of them play.
Let one of them play. Or figure out the Gordon and Barnes. Isn't Barnes left-footed?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Put
yes.
him on the right.
Yeah.
Let him cut in and do it if you want to play both of them.
Mm-hmm.
What was that weird thing against Newcastle or against Liverpool where they put Gordon through the middle?
Right.
That's strange. You had no focal point to your attack. I think Eddie Howe's getting in his own way a little bit. And Brentford are just so system-based. It just works.
The only thing that helps Newcastle is they're not too far off of Europe. But if they keep doing shit like this, they will be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Brentford are on the verge of Europe.
Yeah,
You had Jacob Murphy with a very stupid handball. Again, like you said earlier about one of the other ones, a bit of an instinctual, just kind of trying to reach for the ball and it ends up hitting his arm. Okay, fine, whatever. But still, he gave away a penalty to let them equalize. I'm sorry, to go on top. Now, Brentford gave up their own dumb pen, right? And Newcastle equalized there. But then you let Watara win the game for them. You're at home.
right.
That's supposed to be your bread and butter. Their fans are in a different zip code.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even hear them from up there.
Exactly.
It's strange times up on Tyneside, man. It really is.
And finally, the El Gatwico. There's not a lot to really say. It was feisty. It's a rivalry. It's a derby.
Spirited but ugly.
Yeah,
is what I wrote.
And I think really the more funny storylines was Dean Henderson back there getting mocked by the Brighton supporters, started holding the cup up in the air, and then at the end was like really like
giving it to him.
really.
Yeah. Love that.
I mean, it's for Palace. They have been winless in 12. This is exactly the game you need to win. Go to your rivals and win in their building. That's big.
And the manner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a big one. It's a big win for them.
Sam, it hit him in the face.
In the face. Yeah. And honestly, Brighton just look fucking lost right now, man.
Yeah, they look confused.
I mean, they're like seagulls and they fucked themselves.
Now they changed a lot. Like Hertzler needs to stop fucking with shit and give people just a run on the team again.
Yeah.
Because he tinkers every game now.
Yeah. And it's not working. It's not working
Not
at all.
Sure money.
I know.
Somebody hit their bet, and it's me.
I know.
Hey. I'm up 1,101 cold, hard, Sam, American doll hairs.
Fucking hell.
Come on.
I
And
know.
that was an 8-legger.
I know.
Get ready for this one.
Okay. Well,
Get your button ready. Oh, it's 9, baby. Let's hear what you got.
funny you should mention
What
that.
happened to you?
I lost because Villa dropped points and then West Ham beat Burnley. So I'm down $1,582.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
8.69565217.4% of the time. Damn. It works 100% of the time. I'm backed against the wall, Mr. Graham. So allow me to say
9-way parlay.
I have a 9-way parlay.
Yeah, get it. He's finally giving in. I love it.
In the midweek, each of these following players, 9 separate players, to have a single shot on goal or more. Yao Pedro, Cole Palmer, and DCL in Chelsea and Leeds.
Okay.
All of them to have a shot on goal. Solanke and Wisa in the Tottenham Newcastle match to have a shot on goal.
Okay.
Tieno Berry to have a shot on goal in Everton Bournemouth. That's what helped give me odds. Ekatike in Sunderland Liverpool to have a shot on goal. Erling Haaland to have a shot on goal in City Fulham. He'll probably score. And Morgan Rogers to have a shot on goal in Villa Brighton. If all 9 of those players have a single shot on goal, Mr. Graham, plus $2,198.
That'll make it interesting.
So
9-way parlay.
that would be me with a 9-way parlay.
Now, what's going to be good is, did you put that into your DraftKings?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So hold it in there, because if somebody voids out, you can then recheck the odds.
Ah, got you.
So
somebody doesn't play at all.
If somebody doesn't play at all, like if like Solanke has been hurt occasionally here and there this season. If somebody doesn't play at all, it'll recalculate the odds for you.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Graham. So sounds like we are
throw a penny on it or
9-way
something.
parlay.
Oh, I've got 9 all day, every day, son.
Well, because you're up so much, you're like, fuck it.
No, that's all that's been hitting. That's all that's been hitting. So I've got City to beat Fulham and over 1.5 goals. It ain't Craven Cottage.
Yeah,
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
United to beat West Ham, also over 1.5. I think it's 2-1, to be quite frank. Under 3.5 in Everton versus Bournemouth.
That's a fair one. It was 1-0 the last time.
Over 1.5 in Tottenham Newcastle.
Okay.
Tottenham are at home.
Yep.
Give up goals left, right, and center. They also don't have Christian Romero. Villa or draw with Brighton.
Okay.
Brighton needs something. I think Villa wins. I just need this to also hit.
Right.
So I threw in the double chance.
Got it.
Over 1.5 in Forest versus Wolves, and then Arsenal to beat Brentford on Thursday.
Ooh, over 1.5 in Forest Wolves might be what fucks you. 1-0.
Nah, fuck no.
Uh-huh.
Wolves are terrible.
Okay.
I think this is the weekend where Morton Gibbs-White and Elliot Anderson just look and go, fuck what he says. Come on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's go.
Very good.
Also, Forest aren't very good at the back either. So I think that happens. And then, like I said, Arsenal to beat Brentford. That is plus $1,288
Very good.
on my $100 bet.
All right. Well, here's hoping I actually hit mine because we got to make this interesting.
That'd be we don't have to. I could just walk away with it this time since you've won 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's very fair. Very fair. So, all right. That's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, any parting words?
No, and I did put real money on it.
Oh, very good. I
Already.
like that. Excellent.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I hit it the last 2 times. Come on.
Very good. All right. Well, then next up is going to be DU Does EFL. We're going to check in on all of the rest of English football.
Very
and then
briefly
after
check
that,
in.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that will be injury time, where we're going to preview the midweek action, check in on fantasy, and of course talk about the beers we were drinking. Should anybody want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do they go about doing it?
Very easy, actually. It's patreon.com/DU Football Show. Just sign up to that one $5 tier. You'll be helping us out tremendously, especially like with things like the Whisky Advocate Top 20 list.
Absolutely.
When you support the show. Sign up to that one $5 tier. You get all the extra stuff Sam was talking about.
Excellent. Until next week, everybody.
Good night.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!